Action.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Filmmakers Focus. I'm Doc Kennedy. This week we're talking getting over writer's block. So we're going to jump into that hot topic here in just a sec. I'll give you a quick update about what's going on in my world. Let's hear. It's been, I don't know, maybe a month since we chatted. And I had a little bit of time off in there for Christmas and whatnot. And then last week's episode with Rick Deskin, that was awesome. I had a great time meeting up with Rick, and we just had a great time getting to know each other. That was our first time meeting in person. And then just what he had to share as far as being the president of SAG-AFTRA Seattle local was just amazing. So if you haven't heard that episode, I totally recommend you stop here, go check that one out, then come back to this one, or vice versa. So, yeah. Anyway, got that, and then I've been picking up some projects for video production. Got bills to pay. So doing that, that's been a blessing. And pushing forward with stand-up comedy, and I've been doing, my goal for this year was 2 to 4 sets a week. And right now I'm doing 3 a week. So I'm happy with that and excited about where things are going. And got to move again in the next couple of weeks. So not super excited about that. Thank God I do have most of my stuff packed right now. So it shouldn't be too big of a hassle. You can all attest to this. Moving it's not fun. And that's the worst part. So we'll get her figured out. I'm not worried about it. So let's get into what we're talking about here, getting over writer's block. So I'm going to come at you from 2 different angles. I'm going to come from you with my experience writing screenplays. Most of what I've written has been shorter stuff. I haven't actually ventured into anything as far as a feature. But I also write comedy as my stand-up. I'm writing that myself, and I have a lot of experience with that. So, any type of writing, it's going to have these times where you come up and you feel like you hit a wall, and it's commonly called writer's block. First thing I recommend to anyone is if you feel like you have writer's block, the worst thing you can do is tell yourself you have writer's block, right? So don't do that. That's the worst thing you could be doing. It's like telling yourself, it's like you can actually talk yourself into getting sick if you want to. If you say, hey, I have a cold, eventually you're going to have a cold, and it won't take that long. It's amazing what happens. So I just recommend, don't say I have writer's block. That's the worst thing you can do. Say, okay, I have an idea that's coming. This idea is coming. And talk yourself into it. Hey, there's power in words. So make sure that you're speaking positively about the situation. It's not the biggest deal that you have this little block. It's just that there's this idea that's coming, and it's taking a little bit longer for it to come than the first ideas that you had that came smooth. You were able to write those out right away. Now you've hit this little block, and it's taken a little bit longer to get that idea out there. But it's going to be worth the wait. Because it's going to be a great idea. And once you get through it, then you're going to be like, oh, man, that's so awesome. I'm glad I did that. So that's definitely one of my recommendations is don't give power to it with your words. Don't give power to the situation with your words. Another way that you can move on from this is to start writing about something else. Whatever it may be. Just go write about something that'll take your mind away from that situation that you're at, and allow your brain to kind of declog and just start. Your creativity needs to flow somewhere. So let it flow towards something else that you're writing. It could be even something as simple as an email to a friend, even an old-fashioned card, whatever it may be. Just do something like that to allow a little bit of that mental blockage to clear. That's always helpful for me. If I'm working on a joke and I feel like, okay, I'm not getting the punchline that I'd want or the tag that I'd want, I'm going to go work on a different joke, and then I'm going to come back to that one. So this is another thing that I'd throw at you. If you're having a hard time writing and you come to a little mental block, reach out to somebody that you trust. I don't think it's a bad thing to have somebody that's going to give you feedback on a situation, because if you tell them where you're at, what you're writing about, and they start tossing ideas, that can all of a sudden clear out in your head some ideas and give you momentum towards the idea that you have, or maybe they even have a great idea, which isn't a bad thing. If they throw out a great idea and they're totally cool with you running with it, that's awesome. I do that with my comedy a lot. I reach out to people. I want to get feedback because I want my material to be great. I don't want to be subpar. I want it to be great. And I know that my one head isn't, it's not going to carry as much weight, I believe, as having a few people involved, having a few heads involved, having a different views of looking at the thing, looking at the joke. Everybody's got a different sense of humor, a different perspective on that, and they're going to bring something a little bit different. Now, it's not that case with every joke, of course, and it's not that case with everything that I write, but I don't have a problem reaching out with people. And if you do, maybe you need to check yourself, making sure that you're not letting your pride get in the way of what could be if you just let someone throw some suggestions in there. That's all it is. Another thing that helps me is speaking the lines out loud. So if I'm stuck at a spot, I'll go back like a page or so. I'll go through and speak the lines out loud, because it's so much different when you're speaking the lines out loud versus rehearsing them in your head. So, you go through and you read them out loud, and it changes everything, because there's just power in the spoken word. So I know we hear that a lot when it comes to personal development and stuff, but it's true. There is power in the spoken word. So try speaking the lines that you have already. Just speak them out loud. You might feel kind of silly or something, but don't worry about it. Just do what you got to do to get back on track, right? And one more thing I'd recommend is, if you're writing and you're having a little mental block, just get away. Maybe you just need a break. That could be too. Or just watch a movie, read a book, get together with some friends, get away from what it is that you're doing, and just take a little break and enjoy yourself. I know it can get frustrating, and that's the worst thing, is when you're getting super frustrated and you feel like there's no progress being made. And you know what? That's actually true. There is no progress being made. So you might as well take a break, loosen up a little bit, and just enjoy yourself. Because, you're going to get this figured out. Just try not to let it bog down your life. It's not worth that, Be happy, enjoy yourself, and know that, great things are ahead. You're just going to get past this little block, and it's no big deal. And once you figure out a way that works for you of getting past these little mental blocks or writer's block, you're then going to have those ideas that you're going to be able to run with next time, because it will happen again. So you'll be able to just go, hey, what I did last time to help remedy that was whatever it may be. Maybe it was reaching out to a friend. Maybe it was doing any of the other tips I threw at you. But I highly recommend doing these things. They've definitely helped me get past those barriers, and I know they'll help you as well. Well, that's it for this week. I look forward to hearing how you guys overcome writer's block. I love hearing this stuff, and I get great tips a lot, and I appreciate you taking the time to reach out. Head on over to the Facebook group, Filmmakers Focus. Join in. You're going to get a special welcome when you get there, and I promise it'll be good. And I really appreciate the community that's developing there. It's really something special. So have a great week. God bless. Go and grow.